It's your boy KM Lucci. You know what I'm saying? We here again, live with another one, better than the other one. Today we're gonna be reacting on a murder story. You know what I'm saying? Tuned in and tapped in and all that there. Today been going pretty good, man. I'm not gonna cap. I've been feeling good energy. You know what I'm saying? Having this new thing that I'm doing. Adding it to my repertoire and adding it to my daily routine. I'm just trying to get good at this shit. And then after I get good, I'm just trying to get great at this shit, crawling before walking. But the consistency is going to be there. That's one thing that's for sure, for sure. The consistency is going to be there. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Put the go ahead and click on that doorbell too, that ring, that little ringer. Click on that thing so you can be notified every time I drop something. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell y'all, every time I'm gonna be dropping 2 to 3 videos a day. If my wifey allows me to, and I got the time, I ain't at work or nothing like that, then I'll drop 4 in a day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting all the good epic, all the epic videos to react to. If you have any video suggestions, why don't you leave them in the comments? You can leave them in the comments, or you could, tap in with me on the Instagram. Follow me at KM Lucci on Instagram, KM Lucci. And just let your boy know and on some insights, man. Feed me your energy, you know what I'm saying? So that way I can get better at this shit, you know what I'm saying? And keep building. The goal is to keep building so I can end up showing my kids how to do this shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm a family man first, and this is something that I could do productive with my time rather than just post it up watching TV and just chilling, you know what I'm saying? This is what it's gonna be, because that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? So shit, let's get started into this reaction right here, man. I'm pretty excited about it, because it's not a movie. This one ain't a movie. This one is the most twisted case you've ever heard. So, like I said, plot twist, cha-ching.
On one cold and rainy night, 19-year-old Renisha McBride crashed her car on a Michigan street before hazily pulling herself from the wreck to look for help. Renisha was dealing with a concussion and a severe injury to her hand, but that wasn't all, and more would be uncovered about her mental state later. Despite this, Renisha made her way towards a nearby house and began banging on their door. Unfortunately, when the owner of the house finally opened the door, Renisha found herself facing the end of a shotgun and the end of her life.
She just got in a car crash in the wrong neighborhood, dog. Sundown Town or something like that. There's no way, man. Yeah, she probably banging on that motherfucking door crazy though too. But I mean, I get it though. She need
On
help.
November 2nd,
Go ahead, Rainisha. Go ahead, Rainisha. You need help. I feel you. You need help, girl. Go ahead. But you did it in the wrong motherfucking town.
2013, the Dearborn Heights Police Department received a 911 call just after 4:30 a.m. from a man named Theodore Wafer.
I just shot somebody on my front porch with a shotgun, banging
R.I.P.
on my
Rainisha.
door.
After ensuring that Theodore wasn't a threat, the police questioned him on the night's events.
What happened here?
A consistent knocking on the door, and I'm trying to look through the windows, but every time I look through the windows of the door, it's banging somewhere else, so I opened up the door, kind of like, who is this? And the gun discharged. I didn't know there was a round in there. I don't get it. Who's knocking on your door at 4:30 in the morning? Bang, bang, bang. Somebody wanting in.
While Theodore may have claimed the whole incident was just a terrible accident,
And not even with that photo, you trying to look innocent with the photo with the mugshot, because they're gonna be looking at your photo. You know what I'm saying? Niggas do that shit all the time. Niggas be in the mugshot crying and shit, but cause they know, you know what I'm saying? They trying to look for sympathy and shit, man. But I ain't buying it with this nigga, man. I feel like he opened. I'm wild card. I feel like he opened the door, seeing visibly that she was in need of help, and still firing on that bitch, man. R.I.P. Rainisha, man.
certain aspects of his story just weren't adding up, and detectives were determined to discover if they may actually be dealing with a cold-blooded killer.
What y'all gonna do? 4:30, like he said, 4:30 in the morning, somebody banging on your door, bang, 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 just trying to get in and shit. What y'all gonna do? How y'all gonna respond to that situation? How you gonna do that? Hold on, quick.
Homeowner says there was somebody pounding on the door. He opened the door, like to say who the heck's out here, and his gun discharged and shot this black female in the head. She's rescue isn't here yet, but I'm pretty sure she's DOA.
Do not pay your car insurance bill. I repeat, do not pay your bill yet. So I found this website and
Fuck them ass.
According to the officers on the scene, the gunshot wound so severely damaged Renisha's head above her jaw that she was pronounced dead on arrival. Theodore, still in a state of shock, was placed into a police
He domed that bit, man. He domed Rainisha, bro. She was only 19, P. What you doing?
cruiser while the scene was secured and documented.
Not really. I mean,
What's that, sir?
I said that, I don't know.
Sit tight a minute, all right? See what we can figure out here.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And with a shotgun, too. Face shot with a shotgun. Her shit most likely is off, nigga. Fuck split down, busted. Nah, her shit is like.
When
That's all that's left, P. Jeez.
Theodore first woke up to Renisha banging on his door, he may have believed there was potentially a dangerous force trying to get into his home. His body then may have gone into fight or flight and started to prepare for a potential threat by releasing adrenaline. This heightened state doesn't last for very long, and now that he's in the police cruiser, there's no possible threat against him anymore. With enough cursory information gathered, the police bring Theodore back to the station for questioning, and it isn't long before the cracks in his story begin to show.
Yeah. Bust him down.
We just start out by
Bust him down. Break him down, Johnny. Let's book him.
I know you told officers at the scene, but I need you to tell me now. Just give me the scenario of what happened tonight in your own words.
Well, I don't really know how these proceedings work. I mean, am I being charged?
No. No, sir.
Should I have a lawyer present? That
would be entirely up to you.
I mean, this is a very serious matter. What just happened, I believe.
Well, it is a serious matter to the young woman that's laying in report. We have to do a thorough investigation, and we have.
Am I allowed back into my home now? I mean,
when the officers are done with the scene processing and when the ME removes the body, yes.
See, this is
So.
And I told y'all a couple videos ago, you know what I'm saying? I'm using a spoofy. This shit right here. And it's so when I chief, so I blow the smoke. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I blow the smoke. I blow the smoke out through this motherfucker. They take all that shit away. I got kids.
Theodore is very nervous and can be heard.
I recommend you get one. If you got kids, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't running in and out of the house to go blow one. You feel me? Yeah, just get one. It worked.
Asking if he needs a lawyer present. If he did want a lawyer, this is an ineffective attempt at invoking his Miranda rights, as a request for an attorney must be clear and unequivocal. The officer is also being somewhat manipulative here, as he suggests that talking to him is no different than talking to the officers on the scene. While that might make sense at first, this is not the case. The primary job of the first responders is to secure the scene and gather basic information. During the interrogation, however, the detective will be probing much deeper and gathering information about Theodore's possible guilt. Currently, Theodore appears to be looking at the officer as a neutral party who can offer him support and guidance. However, it's important to remember the detective's ultimate goal in an interrogation is to secure a confession.
Said they gonna tell you everything from they your friend to offer you some water and all that shit, bro. The more you be coughing and the more you be jittering your leg, you be over there with the leg that can't stop shaking, and you feel me? Pay attention. It's best for you to just shut the fuck up, call for your lawyer, wait for your lawyer, even if your lawyer comes on,
You made a statement to the guys at the scene.
Yeah.
I'm not knowing this.
I heard noises, and it startled me. What these noises were. These banging, prying noises. First on the side of the house, and then front of the house, back to the side of the house, and front of the house.
Given the time of day, he may have assumed the person had bad intentions, especially since Dearborn.
This was just banging on the door, bro. She wasn't going on the side of the house and all that extra stuff. She was banging on the door, face probably bleeding. You know what I'm saying? It's probably this close to from passing out from a car accident. You know what I'm saying? She's using her last bit of energy. Hell.
Heights is known for its high crime rate, with the average resident having a 1 in 55 chance of being a victim of a violent or property crime. To compare, the national
Fucked up though, cause like out of all the houses to stop at and knock on the door, bang on the door, it was that one, right, Nisha? Fuck.
average violent crime rate in 2021 in the United States hovered around 400 cases per 100,000 of the population.
I'm looking out the peephole. I can't see this person. I can't see that. You know, what's going on inside. Every time I look out one door, the noise is calling to another one. Or the other side of the house.
So, I mean, at this point, are you getting frightened? Is your heart racing? What's going on?
Yes, I have no idea what's happening. It was getting louder. I thought at any time somebody was coming through the door or the window. It was getting violent.
Where did you...
Persistent.
Okay.
Especially on the front door. Very persistent.
Theodore specifically states that he thought someone was going to come in through his door or window. This
I doubt that she was at your house that long, bro. You know what I'm saying? I doubt she was at your crib that long banging on the door. Like looking for help. You know what I'm saying? Your house ain't the only house on the block, I'm assuming. You know, unless it's one of them like areas where it's like hella farms. You know what I'm saying? You might be driving down the road, it's like one property here, then it's another property like a half acre down. You know, type shit. That's the only way I could see where it's like, yo, your house the only one I'm banging on the door at 4:30 in the morning, I'm fresh off a car accident, like looking for help. You know what I'm saying? In dire need of help. Like that's it. Other than that though, if it's like a house, if it's like a block full of houses, you know what I'm saying, on some standard neighborhood shit, you know, like nigga, bro, then I'm to the next house. Hell, nigga, somebody gonna turn their fucking light. You gonna see somebody light turn on and shit, man. You feel me? Not, I'm not waiting longer than like a minute or like 45 seconds. I'm not waiting longer than like 45 seconds to a minute at the door asking for help, but I know that I'm in dire need of help. Nigga, yeah, right. I'm not staying there that long.
further displays his belief that there was an immediate threat to him that would justify Renisha's shooting. The defensive tone Theodore takes is also...
Who knows though? Maybe 45 seconds is all it took for that nigga to, you know what I'm saying? Maybe who knows, bro? Who knows? I'm just speaking on what I feel like I would be doing in this situation, realistically though.
reflected in his body language. With his arms crossed in front of his chest, he's creating a barrier between himself and the detective. As the ramifications of his actions become more and more apparent, Theodore becomes insistent on defending his choices.
How were you holding the gun when it discharged? I mean, tell me.
With both hands.
I mean, do you have it raised? Do you have it?
No, it's a pistol grip, so you just have to lift it up. So open the door with one hand, and when I placed my other hand just like that she went off. I didn't expect it.
Theodore may be trying to lessen his responsibility in Renisha's death by removing himself from the action, saying it went off versus I pulled the trigger.
Yeah, bruh, he already trying to claim the innocence.
Puts distance between him and the action and blames the gun rather than Theodore himself.
And I know you heard a female voice, dog.
What do you mean he didn't show up?
Managing with Connect Team would be a
Fuck them ass. But I know you heard a female voice, dog. Like banging, boop, 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 boop. I know she wasn't just boop, doo, 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 and no fucking like no voice, no yelling, no nothing. Like yeah, right, bro. You feel me? If anything, you should be rushing to the door. Like nigga, are you good? Somebody chasing you? You feel me? Or is somebody after you, harming you? What's going on? Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Sit down. Give you some water. You know, like what the fuck, bro? She was 19, P. 19 years old.
Okay, how high were you holding the gun when it went off?
Waist, and it was on an angle. I
I was as far.
It's cap. I'm holding a pistol grip shotgun. Boom, like this, right? I open the door. Um, that shit is pointed down towards the ground, my nigga. What's going on? You feel me? That shit is at the ground, bro. Opening the door. Boom, fling it open. Boom, ready, nigga. Make your next move your best move. You feel me? What?
As I can remember.
It's already capped.
That when you were holding the gun and it was on an angle like this, could it have been like this?
If I'm opening the door, I have, if I open the door,
Okay.
that
The shit at the ground.
is a pistol grip.
Here, the first cracks in Theodore's story start to show. He claims to have been holding the gun at waist height. However, when taking both Theodore's height and Renisha's height into consideration, he would have had to have been holding the gun at chest height, pointed straight out, in order to shoot Renisha in the head. This discussion about the gun placement is vital for the case. Holding the gun at his waist could mean that he was just reacting to the potential threat, and more likely it really was an accident. While holding it higher, at his chest height, it means that he could have been consciously aiming it, possibly.
He knows this, though. You feel me? He knows this, which is why he's choosing carefully with his wording, talking to this nigga, and asking for a lawyer before all this shit even started. But he talking too much anyway. He should have just shut the fuck up and let him think what it thought.
With the intent to shoot. Based on what the detective has seen, he knows that Theodore can't be telling the truth about the way he was holding the gun. While it's entirely possible that Theodore is being deceptive in order to make the shooting seem more accidental, it's not unusual for individuals who are involved with a traumatic event to distinctly remember some parts, while other parts are fuzzy.
Am I being charged with anything, sir? Oh, no, sir. No, you're not. Okay, well, I'd like to appoint this meeting. I'd like to leave in the next interrogation or meeting that we have. I'd like to have my lawyer present. If you have any further questions for me, you could take it up with the lawyer appointed for me if I didn't have no money for a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? You could take it up with the lawyer, and especially if I'm not being charged with nothing. Then why the fuck am I in here talking to you? Nigga, you sum it up. The bitch didn't live there. Excuse me. Rest in peace, Ranisha. The girl didn't live there. She was banging on my door. She dead now. What you think happened? I'm not being charged with anything, right?
This is one of the reasons.
Go ahead and investigate, sir.
That eyewitness reports are never as accurate as we think they should be. According to Michigan's Castle Doctrine, you're allowed to use deadly force on someone who's breaking into your home if it's necessary to prevent great bodily harm to yourself. Based on Theodore's own account of the night, by the time he grabbed his shotgun and decided he'd had enough, he wasn't in any immediate objective danger. This, alongside the fact that he opened the door up to the danger with the intention of dealing with it, could potentially negate the Castle Doctrine as a valid defense.
I don't even know. I did not look at the body. I didn't stand over it and see where the wound was. I immediately put down the weapon right there on the hallway or, the entry to the front door and looked for my phone. First called here, your Dearborn Heights. We're talking boom. And boom.
As he prepares to wrap up the interview, the detective brings someone else in to help ask one final question.
Where do we take his shotgun, shell casing?
So we took your Mossberg. There was a spent shell casing in the shotgun, and you had your green shotgun case. So we just tucked it in that and took the gun with it. There was one shell casing, so what, there was just one in it all the time, or what?
Yes, like I was just trying to explain, I couldn't remember if there was one in it or not. I kept my shells in a separate closet, so I got a little paranoid a few weeks back, got paintballed, so I maybe that's when I loaded it, put it in. I mean, I don't think I mentioned that to you, but I mean, that's what I put one in there or something like that, but I did.
His house is just the target house, huh? Yeah, a few weeks ago where he got paintballed, and so he loaded the thing and he forgot. Or did you load it that night when she was banging on the door and you had a purpose to go grab your shit?
Did not realize there was one in there, no.
Following Theodore's interview, the police spent quite some time digging through every aspect of the case to make sure there was no crucial detail left out. During this investigation, they found out some intriguing details regarding the hours leading up to Renisha's death. According to police records, a 911 call was placed just before 1 a.m. to report a no-injury accident where a woman who was driving under the influence had been speeding down the street and struck a parked car. Although the woman driving had clearly been disoriented and possibly confused when she got out of the car, she had left on foot and wandered away from the scene of the crime. Police didn't arrive on scene until they received a call stating that the driver had come back to the scene. Unfortunately, by the time cops and EMS responded,
Hold on, y'all. Talking to baby mamas. I'll be right back. Yeah. What's up? We back in this motherfucker.
she was already gone again. This driver was Renisha McBride, and had anyone been able to stop her from wandering off in her delirious and drunken state, she may never have ended up on Theodore Wafer's front porch. On the flip side, some say Renisha would have never ended up on Theodore's porch if she hadn't been drinking and driving either. You'll notice that was a 3-hour difference between the time that the 911
Man, fuck all that what ifs. If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, bro. The fact of the matter is, bro, she was a woman. She was a woman in distress, bro, and she went somewhere looking for help, seeking help, and was using the last bits of her energy. Obviously, if she had been drinking, bro, then she definitely was using the last bits of her energy, bro, to get any type of help that she could. And this nigga domed her.
call was placed about the
That's what it is, bro.
car accident around 1 a.m. and Theodore's call to 911 at 4:30. To this day, it's unclear where.
Yeah, bro. Stop playing. 3.5 hour difference. Stop playing, bro. She probably got there around 1:30, 1:45 on foot after being fucked up off that accident. Maybe even 1:15, depending on how far the house is from that accident, bro. He domed her.
Renisha was during this period of time, but her family believes she was disoriented from her head injury and seeking help. Theodore eventually received charges for murder in the second degree and manslaughter, as well as a felony firearm charge.
Experience Japan on a journey customized to you. Explore.
Goddamn ass.
While Theodore may have claimed that his gun accidentally misfired during his initial interview, this claim actually changed by the time he got to court. Instead, he and his lawyer were insisting that Theodore intentionally fired out of self-defense because he was scared that Renisha was trying to break in. Despite Michigan's Castle Doctrine, the judge ultimately ruled that nothing Renisha did was intense enough to justify Theodore being legitimately scared for his life.
I'm saying though, and I know you heard it was a female's voice when she was banging on your door, screaming for help, bro. Nobody's banging on your door, nigga, and just quiet unless they about to flock your shit. But bro, that's gonna be a manly knock on your shit, probably a boot banging on your shit, just to get your attention, to wake your ass up, just to make sure if anyone's there, they're gonna come to this door before we flock this shit. You feel me?
Life. In the end, Theodore was found guilty on all charges on September 3, 2014, and received 15 to 30 years for his second-degree murder charge, 7 to 15 years for the manslaughter charge, and finally, a 2-year sentence for the felony firearm charge.
Damn, nigga, hey, justice to Renisha.
With all of these sentences served concurrently. While Michigan may not have the death penalty, Theodore's lawyer argued that the judge had basically given the then 55-year-old man a death sentence.
Pretty much. I mean, shit. But what he do? She was 19, P. She ain't posed no threat to this nigga.
He's likely to spend the rest of his life paying for his actions. Just when it seemed that Theodore's case was officially put to rest, he made an appeal in 2015 to overturn his conviction. To the surprise of many, the Michigan Supreme Court heard Theodore's case and actually vacated his manslaughter conviction. In Michigan, the second-degree murder statute requires that the defendant acted with malice, whereas the manslaughter charge implies that the defendant didn't. Seeing the contradiction in these convictions, the court determined that having both convictions was a violation of Theodore's rights. With one of his convictions vacated, there was a slight chance that
Wow.
Theodore could come out of this with a shorter sentence.
Wow.
However, at his resentencing on June 22, 2022, the judge stated there were strong reasons for Theodore's original sentencing and gave him 15 to 30 years for second-degree murder. While he may no longer
He still got that. He still got that first one though.
have the manslaughter conviction,
But how long until parole, or how long until he's allowed to parole or probation type shit? You know, is he getting 85% or whatever? Like, what they
ultimately
do?
Theodore will serve the same amount of time behind bars. On
Not
one
really.
cold
Not really though, because I mean, shit. Depending on how it is out there, where they're at, you know, in California, nigga, you can get 85% time, nigga, or less, nigga. Shit, nigga, you just because you get your sentence, bro, they be saying sometimes you be available parole. Like, shit, he got 15 to 30 years. Yeah. So I mean, I guess the 15 to 30 years is if he doesn't get in trouble for like 15 years, maybe 11 to 15 years, then he could be eligible for parole and then serve the rest of his term on parole. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. What y'all think, man? Leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, man. Leave a comment for the video though. You know what I'm saying? What you think? What do you think? He got what he deserved? Y'all niggas think y'all think he passed on that one? What? I'm glad that they investigated that deep into it. I ain't gonna lie to you, because usually they be getting off on something, especially something like that. She was 19, bro. Ranisha. RP, man. RP.